So at the Medientage, we're also talking about technology and journalism and how they stick together. And through the last years, it was quite hard for journalists to understand technology and also for technologists to understand journalism. You know both worlds. Next to me is Sava Tatic from a software company called Sourcefabric, an open source software developer for newsrooms and news organizations. Yeah. So where is the point right now? So what can you deliver to newsrooms better than other manufacturers?
Well, we simply make the best software that's out there that happens to be open source. But mainly the idea is that we pull the talent and the innovations potential from every newsroom. So we involve the journalists from these organizations, and we always say our software is made by journalists for the journalists. And also as well the tech talent that exists and is hidden and locked away in some room in the basement that normally the tech departments are elsewhere and on the different floor where the journalists are. So we try to bring them together and then iteratively make this software, which I claim is the best for best newsroom system out there. And it's open source, it's free. Of course, it's a complex beast. We make our money by implementations, by deployment of that software, and also by managed services. So we host it, we manage it for our partners.
When we look at the big platforms, they have huge teams of developers, huge softwares, huge servers, farms, cloud services, and for the media industry, it's quite hard to find tech talents, tech people. How easy is it for you to get the best people developing the best software for journalism?
Well, it's not easy, but there are some advantages for working for an organization like ours because your work as a programmer never gets locked away. It's yours. You can use it elsewhere. You're free to. It's your work, and that is something that means a lot to programmers as well, because you could create the most beautiful, great software in a company, and then some bean counter comes and says, okay, we're killing that project, and that code is forever gone. So your beautiful work is locked away somewhere on some server. It will become old and obsolete in 3 or 4 years, but meanwhile, you could have had a great life. So this is part of the attraction of how we compete. It's really hard to compete, even in Prague, where we're based. It's hard to get people. So we look everywhere. We have people all over the world working for us, from Pakistan to what do we have? Serbia, Lithuania, Spain, you know.
So we're international.
Very.
Do you think that news organizations are more technology driven in the meanwhile?
They've learned to embrace technology more. They were afraid of it to begin with, especially the newspapers, because they were at the forefront of innovation, all of them. News agencies with which we work as well, they used to be the ones that brought the new technology. Journalism brought the telegraph, brought everything. And then came the internet and they thought it's a passing fad. And then they slept for about 10 years and then they woke up that it's not going away. And finally they're thinking, they're trying to embrace it. And this is what I'm trying to tell everybody. Do not run away for it. Do not delegate it to somebody else. You have to grab it by the horns. You have to own your technology, and that's why we do it. It's open source. It's not only because it's good for birds and bees and the planet and all that, but it's your ultimate insurance that you actually own this company. So if Sourcefabric disappears, you still have it. You can do whatever you want with it. You're not stuck with something that's obsolete that you cannot. You have to pay more and more money to. to keep it up to date and so on.
Yeah. Okay. So in Germany, you also told me about that you're working with news agencies and news desks. Can you tell me a few projects?
Well, we have a lot of partners in Germany for our live blogging software, namely the DPA, the news agency, National News Agency, and also Zeit Online have been with us forever. We have some newcomers like Handelsblatt from last year and a bunch of other papers. I think we have about 10 or 12 pretty high-profile organizations working on the live blogging software, and we're hoping with some of them, I cannot name them now, that it's still under covers, but to actually deploy the newsroom software. We have one in production at one of these, which I cannot tell you because they don't want it public yet. But so we're hoping we'll move to that stage as well.
Thank you. Sava Tatic from Sourcefabric. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.